Hi, this is Brother Murdoch, and today we're going to put a few things together that we've been learning. This gets really fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to log into Google Cloud Shell, and I'm going to do that now. So the URL is what? console.cloud.google.com. And which user do I need? I need my BYUI user. So I'm going to click on my BYUI user. And it should default to my new project I created last time. I was in Google Cloud, and I'm going to go to my Cloud Shell. And I'm going to go to a new window. And then I'm going to click on the Explorer, and I'm going to click Open Folder, Murdoch SE is my username. You just find your username here, and click Open. So now I am going to clone a project that I wrote, and let's find that. So I'm going to go into VS Code, and I'm going to go into the project we did last, which was my API testing, and I'm going to find the URL for that repository, get remote-v for verbose, so it's going to show me not just the name. If I said just get remote, it would just say the name origin, but I want to see the URL for it, so I'm saying verbose, and it gave me the whole URL. So I now know how I could clone this again in another place in my Google Cloud. So I'm going to clone it here, get clone, and then the URL. And you'll notice that this folder appears. Now I'm going to authenticate with GitHub. My username and password for GitHub. Oh, and it says, please use a personal access token instead. Okay, so I need to do that. So I'm going to say, ssh-keygen, that's a generate an SSH key, which is like a password. Then I'm going to hit enter for the default file. If there's one already there, you're not going to have this issue, so you don't have to worry. Keep hitting enter. Enter. Mine was already there from before. So now I've created that file, and you'll see it gave me the location that it's stored in. I can grab this little 3 dots and drag this up a little higher. And you'll notice it says your identification has been saved in this folder. Your public key has been saved in this folder. So if I want to see that public key, I need to grab the whole file path, but not the dot. And then I'm going to say cat and paste in that path. There's my public key. So I'm going to copy this public key, and then I'm going to go to GitHub. And I'm going to go to github.com, and I'm going to click on settings on my user. Then I'm going to go to SSH and GPG keys. I'm going to click new SSH key. Google Cloud is the name of it. And there we go. By the way, this works on Windows and Mac as well. If you want to not have to log into GitHub anymore, you can do the same process. Here I have to type in my GitHub username and password. And now I have added my Google Cloud key. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to click the cat, and I'm going to find the GitHub repository that I created. And it was called Steady API Tests for me. So I'm going to click the code button, and instead of the HTTPS one, I'm going to click SSH and use this one instead. And here I'm going to go back to the Cloud Shell, get clone, and I'll paste in that URL. And notice I didn't get asked for a password. So that's because I used my public key, and so it recognized me. So I'm going to click on this new folder that I have, the Steady API Tests. And I have everything there that I created in VS Code. That's how GitHub works. Very nice. Now I'm going to look at my login.mjs. Okay, it's all there. So I'm going to try to run this project. So I'm going to right-click Steady API Test and say Open in Terminal. And notice I've got another terminal here. So I'm going to say npm install. That will download my libraries. You notice my node modules folder is not here yet. So that makes it, when I say npm install, it creates the node modules folder. Now I can say npm run what? Test. That will run my tests. And it says cannot use import statement outside a module. So I'm going to go back to package.json. It says type is module. Import assert from assert. Interesting. This could be the version of Node that I'm using here. Import assert from assert. Cannot use import statement outside a module. And it's saying that my login test.js file, I'm going to click on that, command click, does not like this, does it? Inside of my login test.js file. Okay, so I guess I can rename it to .mjs, and I can rerun my command, npm run test, error not supported. Okay, so that did not work. Let's check out the package.json file. It's just running the command mocha. So if I look at my node version here, it's version 12. This should be okay. So let's see, what are we missing? Import assert from assert. Say const assert equals require, and see if it likes that better. Nope, still doesn't like it. Oh, it doesn't like that one. So let's say const login equals require, and we'll do it like that. And it says not supported. Okay, let's change this to login.js. And we'll rename this one. Okay, and then I'm going to do npm run test again. Can I use import outside a module? That's in this login. So I'm going to say const fetch equals require node fetch. Oops, I'm going to redo this npm run test command. Export default expected token export. It's not liking that, is it? Export. I can export login. And then here I can say this. Let's try it one more time. Say unexpected token export. So it is not happy with me.